Hello gamers, it is the Dread Fury here, and I just felt like going over my kind of opinion on the new Beyond Light DLC that's coming to Destiny 2 this November. We've been waiting for fucking ever at this point. I mean, it's probably been like 3 months since I last played Destiny, maybe even 4. It's been a fat fucking minute because I've been waiting for this DLC to come out, and it's actually almost here. It is only a couple weeks away. I just got back into the game, gotta grind out those fucking weekly bounties to get to 100 on the season pass. I recommend you do the same if you're not there yet. And the grind to prepare for the new DLC has arrived, so in general, I just want to go over kind of like what we saw in the new kind of information that we're getting for the new DLC and what I kind of think of it. And so kind of the first and major nostalgic comeback from Destiny 1 is that the old tower is coming back. With a few minor changes from what I've heard, it seems like they're going to try and bring the old tower, which is going to be fucking insane. Anyway, I think it's really cool that the old tower is coming back after it was kind of destroyed in the Red War campaign and messed up during 0 Hour. But I think it's all cool that this might actually be coming back. That's going to be really cool. The next thing is we kind of saw some new subclasses added to the game. The mention of Shadebringer for Warlock, Revenant for Hunter, Behemoth as Titan, and it kind of shows like a D1 kind of class system. It seems like you'll be kind of mixing and matching how you set up your class in a somewhat D1 style. Seems like there's going to be a lot of customization added to the game for different playstyles, which is going to be fucking awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to be able to set up the most broken fucking class possible with some nutty new overpowered stasis build? Which also kind of brings me to my next thing. It's pretty cool that they're adding in the new subclass stasis, although it's going to be probably broken as shit day one, just like the game is probably going to be broken as shit day one. I'm not actually expecting to play it on day one. I'll probably be expecting to play it on day 2, because I'm just going to assume that day 1 bugs are going to be through the fucking roof, as in it's probably going to be like the fucking Beaver Crisis all over again, where it's just going to be unplayable the fucking first day, and I'm hoping that they don't totally fuck it up. They've had this much time to make it a flawless entry, and so I'm hoping that it's not going to be all fucked up like the last DLC was on release. Anyway, we're getting some new exotics as well, and some of them are kind of overpowered in a lot of people's opinions, specifically the Titan ones. Anyway, so we got Precious Scars, Mask of Bacchus, Arthritis Embrace, Icefall Mantle, Dawn Chorus, and Necrotic Grip. And I'll just give a quick rundown on what these all do. So Precious Scars is for Titan, and it gives an overshield for the player and nearby allies upon being revived or reviving a downed teammate. The Mask of Bacchus for Hunter will kind of be like a dodge override instead of a jump override. Arthritis Embrace is another Hunter exotic focused on the weighted knife ability, and it gains kind of like a second ricochet upon landing rapid precision hits to gain bonus damage and temporarily staggers enemies. So that's pretty interesting. That might be a pretty overpowered one as well. It's not nearly as the one that I need to talk about now. So Icefall Mantle for Titan, of course, is a stasis charged gauntlet that acts as an overshield, protecting the player wherever they go. So basically Titan can now pop an overshield whenever the fuck they want. So imagine you're fighting a Titan, they're on low as fuck health, they pop an overshield and they just fucking doink you. There's nothing you can do to combat that. There's really nothing. You're just fucked. So I'm assuming that's going to be nerfed into the fucking ground after a week or two. Anyways, we have Dawn Chorus for Warlock, which improves the Daybreak super ability. Projectiles deal extra damage and cause enemy to burn on impact, blah blah blah. Melee energy is earned every time a target is damaged by a burn. That doesn't sound really too bad, honestly. That Daybreak's kind of a needed buff. It's not really the best super, but it's not the worst either. Necrotic Grip is the one that I'm actually really hyped about for Warlock, because it kind of seems like the Dune Marchers, but for Warlock now, in a way, in that kind of area effect thing. So anyway, melee attacks will corrupt enemies with increasing damage over time. Upon debating a corrupted enemy, the corruption will spread to a nearby target and restore melee energy. So I'm pretty sure they showed this in the Vidoc, and what it looked like was he fucking melee'd some enemy and it fucking destroyed like the whole crowd, like the fucking BFG from Doom. I mean, it was literally insane watching that in the Vidoc. Okay, and then on to some news that most people have already heard, but I want to go over it. So the return of the Cosmodrome is, I think, pretty interesting. I think it'll be a very fun kind of return. I always liked the Cosmodrome a whole lot better than the New Earth, and I thought it was a lot better. Hopefully they don't totally mess this up. I'm kind of interested to see if this is the Siva infected one, or if it's just the normal Cosmodrome from before Rise of Iron, or if it's some kind of after Cosmodrome. They're obviously going to make it different from the ones we had, because a lot of events have happened, and it wouldn't make sense to just fucking plop some shit from Destiny 1 in without any context, which they are doing, but with some kind of reason. So, on another kind of sad side note, we're losing Mercury, Titan, Io, and Mars, and that also means all the strikes that go with them. And we're losing the DLCs that went with them, because, you know, we can't really do any of the DLCs that happen on Mercury or Mars without really having the planets there. So I'm kind of sad about that, because my favorite strike in the game is Garden World. I love it with all my heart. I think that's really beautiful. I think it could have had so much more potential if they made Mercury old Mercury. I think a whole lot more people would like that map. Anyway, they're adding a new planet in return for these 4 planets disappearing, and that's Europa. And from what I've heard, it's going to be huge. I mean, like the largest map available, which is going to be kind of interesting. I'm kind of, from what they showed, it looked like Snowy Titan with all the like buildings and stuff, but it also in a way kind of reminded me like Destiny 1 Mars with the like cities and that. And so we'll see how that one goes. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty fucking dope. And along with losing planets, we're also losing a shitload of raids. Since we're technically losing the old Earth in return for the new Cosmodrome, we're losing Scourge of the Past, which is highly regarded, I mean, among everyone. I mean, everyone loves Scourge. Scourge is awesome. Scourge is a really good raid. It's not the best raid, but it's pretty damn good. We're also losing Leviathan, which is, you know, the OG. Eater of Worlds, Spire of Stars. I kind of like Eater, I kind of like Spire, but they're so short, it's like, whatever. And then we're losing Crown of Sorrow, which I'm actually happy for. I really fucking hated that raid. That was horrible. I hate that. I can't believe people actually did flawlesses of that. I'm in pain every time I even fucking hear the word. I'm like, I just want to, I just want to kill my eardrums, shoot them with gun, make them hurt, because they're gonna hurt a whole lot less that way. Anyway, so in return for losing all of those, we get 2 new raids. One of those raids is returning, and that would be Vault of Glass, the raid that saved Destiny 1. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how that's supposed to fit in, but I guess it'll be interesting. And then we're also getting Deepstone Crypt, which is the new Europa raid, which I'm thinking is going to be pretty fucking dope, honestly, because I think it has some kind of connection to the Prophecy dungeon. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be pretty epic. And we're also getting some new exotic weaponry. From what I've seen, I've only seen the No Time to Explain, and I think that also means that the Stranger's Rifle is getting added back in, which would be pretty dope, honestly. I think if we saw that return, I think it would be awesome. And, you know, everyone's gonna fucking use that for a little bit, because from what I know, it's going to have some kind of drone that hovers around you that kind of like shoot shit like an arc buddy. I also heard about another exotic, which is gonna be like a chainsaw sword or some kind of shit like that, and that's just gonna be like nutty. That's gonna be one cool fucking sword, because all the other ones in the game right now are kind of lame. I mean, Black Talon's OP in fucking PvP, but the others are just like, okay, Worldline. So yeah, that ought to be interesting. We'll probably get some other exotics. I haven't really heard of the others yet, so I can't comment on them. But overall, hype meter's probably at an 8, because I'm going to be playing this for a fat while when it comes out. In the ways of disappointment, I am extremely fucking disappointed this didn't come out 2 months ago. It should have come out 2 months ago. I knew the minute I heard that it was going to be out 2 months late, I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And yeah, that killed it for me. I was going to play the whole way to the new DLC, and once I heard it was going to be 2 months later in November, I was like, fuck that. I'm done. Anyways, yeah, that's a quick rundown of everything that we're getting that we know of so far. I'm prepared for some broken shit. I've got my standards set low for the first week. I've got my standards set high for week 2, hopefully. It's gonna be one hell of a fucking ride, and that's all I know. Anyway.